Did you know that over 500 truck drivers go missing each year on remote highways across North America? But what's even more disturbing is how many of those cases remain completely unexplained.
That's such a chilling statistic, especially considering today's story about a truck driver named Gavin and his terrifying experience on the Dartmoor Road in Scotland.
You know what makes this particularly interesting? The Dartmoor Road is actually known among Scottish truckers as one of the most isolated stretches in the country, nearly 30 miles without any cellular service or emergency phones.
Well, that certainly explains why Gavin had to cut his call short with his wife that night. He knew he was approaching the dead zone.
And speaking of dead zones, studies show that nearly 15% of all unexplained disappearances happen in areas with no cellular coverage. It's like these places become perfect hunting grounds for whatever's out there.
The way this story unfolds is fascinating, starting with something as ordinary as a fallen tree blocking the road.
That's what makes it so effective, right? I mean, according to road maintenance statistics, fallen trees cause about 3,000 road blockages annually in Scotland alone. It's such a common occurrence that no driver would immediately suspect anything sinister.
But there were those subtle warning signs. No storm damage, no other debris, nothing to explain why that particular tree fell at that particular moment.
You know what's interesting? Forest scientists have found that healthy trees rarely fall without external forces. The odds of a perfectly healthy tree spontaneously falling are less than 1 in 10,000.
That really adds another layer to the mystery of those keys disappearing from the ignition, doesn't it?
Speaking of which, let's talk about that moment, because it defies everything we understand about physical reality. The keys not only vanishing, but then moving on their own like they're being pulled by some invisible force.
The way it's described as a game of cat and mouse is particularly unnerving. It suggests some kind of intelligence behind what's happening.
And here's something that adds another layer of creepiness. According to paranormal researchers, there are over 200 documented cases of objects moving independently in similar circumstances on isolated roads worldwide.
That's exactly what makes this story so compelling. It's not unique. It fits into a larger pattern.
Well, consider this. Anthropologists have found that nearly every culture has stories about mysterious creatures or entities that lure travelers off their path. It's like this primal fear we all share.
So when Gavin falls into that pit and sees all those glowing eyes,
Right. It taps into something deeper than just modern horror. You know, studies of human psychology show that being watched is one of our most fundamental fears. It triggers the same brain regions as physical danger.
the way the story describes them casting light on his face while watching his every move, it's almost like they're studying him.
And here's what's truly fascinating. Biologists have documented only 3 known species that have truly luminescent eyes, none of which are native to Scotland. So whatever was watching Gavin, well, it defies scientific explanation.
Do you think stories like this might explain some of those missing persons cases on remote highways?
Well, according to missing persons databases, approximately 18% of unexplained disappearances occur on isolated roads between midnight and 4 a.m., the same conditions Gavin experienced.
That's such a specific statistic, and it makes you wonder about all those missing person posters at truck stops.
You know what's even more intriguing? The International Brotherhood of Teamsters actually keeps a database of unusual incidents reported by truckers, and nearly 12% involve unexplainable phenomena on remote roads.
The way this story ends, with Gavin frozen in that pit, surrounded by those watching eyes, it really stays with you.
And perhaps that's the most disturbing part. We don't know what happened next. Like so many of these cases, it just ends, leaving us to wonder about all those other drivers who might have encountered something similar on dark, lonely roads.
It really makes you think twice about taking those remote shortcuts, especially at night.
And maybe that's the real lesson here. Sometimes the shortest route isn't the safest. Sometimes those empty spaces on our maps, those dark corners of our world, are empty for a reason.